right, we're gonna have a day today. It says that the temperature is too cold. You need something? Days of days of days. So the other day I loaded this thing up, right? This is the CR8090. I filled it with fuel the other day. And when I did that, I went to a field and I parked it there in a place where I felt that it would be okay to park it. Somebody has gotten fuel out of this thing. And lo and behold, guess what? Fuel was missing out of my combine the next morning. I put 3/4 of a tank of fuel in this thing. Hold on a second. It's probably gonna lose me for a second, but I don't much care. Really kind of aggravated me because when you spend all this money on fuel, hold on a second. When you spend all this money on fuel and somebody takes it, now the fuel tank, it's really easy to steal fuel out of this thing. Really easy. You can either siphon it from the top or you can take it out of the bottom here. Where is that thing? Right here. And they didn't take it from there. They took it out of the top. I combined about 45 acres, 50 acres. 45, 50 acres with 3/4 of a tank of diesel fuel in that thing. And you know what happened? The diesel fuel, I gotta set this up too. The next morning when I went to, get the fuel or the combine to bring it to finish up what I was doing, because I had only done maybe 15 or 20 acres, the fuel was gone. I was like, where the hell? My fuel gauge must be broken, right? How can your fuel gauge be broken? You know, fuel gauge can't break overnight when you're not using it, right? Well, apparently it can. At least that's what I thought. And apparently it could. But the reality is, it did not. Somebody helped themselves to probably 100 gallons of diesel fuel, right? 100 gallons. So, well, what the fuck? It's not junk, what I'm moving here. Okay, what did it lose my face? It needs to select an object, hold on. So, no, it didn't, the fuel didn't, I didn't burn the fuel. The fuel was gone, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start this truck up and move it. I need it out of my life. Hold on a second. Is it gonna find me? No. Yeah. So, I gotta move this out of the way. I'm gonna move it out behind the barn. I'm gonna finish filling that up. So, whoever helped themselves, they ran a hose in the top, they sucked the fuel out of it. Because I did not burn, what does this thing hold? Almost 200 gallons or 250 gallons? Some ridiculous amount of fuel. And, you know, so they helped themselves to it. And that was that. I brought it home, parked it here, and I didn't fill it up. We haven't used it in a few days. Well, we haven't used it in about a week. Corn isn't quite ready to do yet. It's dry enough to combine, but I don't have any place to store it because I got soybeans in that bin. Today's job is actually going to be loading out soybeans for the well, I got a haul of soybeans. This will be the first soybeans that I sell of the year, or I move for the year. I sold my soybeans in July, not all of them, but only 3,000 bushels I sold in July. And right now, they're about the same price as what they were when I sold. The first 1,000 bushels was what did I sell? I sold, the first 1,000 bushels was for 10.35 or something like that. And the other 2,000, I've only sold 3,000 bushels, but the other 2,000 bushels, here's a nice ear of corn, right? Not very deep kernels. I'm not very happy or pleased with these. I'm going to shell them right into the, well, I got to tell you though, for what we went through this summer, as far as grain is concerned, it's actually shelling out pretty easy. I'm hoping that we have a, getting close to 18% or so. I'm not ready to pick this yet. I'm going to try and not dry it like I did last year. The year before I had like a $30,000 drying bill. And when you have a $30,000 drying bill, that cuts into profits, and there's just no profit anymore on this. It says to do, let's hit the test. Oh, that's on sunflowers. What? Huh. Oh. Okay, well that's not right. So I'm testing corn as sunflowers. What's it going to come back with? 12%. Let's select. Let's turn you off, turn you back on. We wait for it to come back up. Well, 12% sunflowers, oil sunflowers. That's interesting. Why in the hell would it be on sunflowers? I don't do sunflowers. Oh, it was right next to soybeans, which I'm going to have to... Calibration, no, alfalfa, barley, clover, corn, high moisture. Let's test that. Testing. Should come back at high moisture. There's two different types of tests you can do with the corn, low moisture and high moisture. It's coming back at 20%, 20.8%, 34 degrees, too wet. That's that test. Darn it. Let me do the back half of the same ear. We're getting closer, I can say that. I mean, so 20 is probably going to be 20 point, what, it was almost 21%, so it's probably 23% moisture by the time I get it through the combine. They always sample out higher. I don't want to dry corn. It's too expensive. Per gallon of propane, we don't run natural gas here, which I wish we did, but we don't. And I know there's going to be somebody bitching that they can't see what I'm doing. This thing is attached to my face, so. Oh my goodness. I think, yeah. I got to get after Timothy in a second too. There we go. This does not grind it. It presses it in. There's a little spring-loaded thing on the cap, if you don't know. Let's say we hit the test button, testing. For the back half of that same ear, it's going to be 21. 22.5. So this is still 23% moisture, 22.5, 24%. It doesn't feel that wet, but it is. Now here's a crappy ear. Let's run the crappy ear. I don't know why he grabbed that one, but I guess it's all relevant, right? Try to get this thing full and we'll see where we go with it. That diesel fuel's running in that combine. I got to get the combine out of the way so that I can get the Peterbilt up in there, and I'll get the Peterbilt up in there, and then there. See, I'm just gonna tighten that back down. It almost needs grease, but my moisture. Let's hit the test button. I guarantee you this is just garbage. It's testing. It does not have to be level. Some people will say, oh, you gotta have that level. It's not. It's not that kind of a tester. The old testers, the old Dickie Johns, they had a spring system in them. Oh, that was the 22% moisture. If you don't believe me, 22%. It's lost my face now anyway, but yeah, so we're looking at 24, 25% moisture corn. Too wet for me to combine it. I mean, I can combine it, but it's too wet. It'll cost a half a fortune just to get it to dry out. And I mean, I'm expecting snow eventually, but not right at the moment. What did I do with that? You know, all right, I'm down at the other building. I've got a lumber that I cut on the mill the other day. It's been a while. I say the other day, it's gonna be at my house. I stacked it on top. I didn't put it on stickers or anything. It's white oak. It's actually curing out pretty good. I got alfalfa here that I have to feed to some animal, and I don't have animals to feed it to. This bale is no good, but let's see what I got up in here. Oh, there's more of it behind there. What happened to this alfalfa? Yeah, see, look. It's just a little discolored. It's not terrible, but I can't really sell it. Smells good. I salted it too. I had it stacked in here really nice, but my nephew, he did a stupid thing, and I told him to take the bales out of the shed, and so I could back the baler in, and he took the alfalfa out of this building and stacked it over there. I could have killed him. I was not happy at all, but what do you do? Can't beat him up too bad about it, I guess. But yeah, so anyway, that's the deal now. I'm gonna get this auger set up. All right, I took the first load of soybeans in, and now I am loading up for tomorrow. I got 3 loads that have to go out today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. No hay going out right now. Just not, they're over full down there, so there's no need for it. That bin's got quite a bit in it, nowhere's near what I needed to have in it. I should have had that bin full twice over with the amount of soybeans that I had planted. But between the deer and the drought, just awful. Maybe 2/3 full. Tim was cleaning out the TR there. He had a blockage in there that he didn't know about. He's going to go out and cut more soybeans. But yeah, we're loading out. That's all. We're loading out. I had a little over 1,000 bushels on there. 1087 is what I had on there, this first load. And no dockage. Actually, it came out pretty good. I was quite pleased with it. So, yeah, there you go. On to the next thing, the next battle. I don't know what the next thing is, to be honest with you. I'm waiting on a part for this truck, the little red truck here. Yeah, so here, let's zoom in on that. Starting to mound up a little bit. Yeah, Tim is going to move it, see? Old Sasquatch. Back it up a little bit. I load from the back to the front. I don't know why, but that's the way it works out here. A lot of guys will load from the front to the back, but we're going to go from the back to the front. Seems to work out better. He'll coast it back a little bit, and then it'll just fill up right straight across. Right straight across, all the way to the top. We get another 1,087 bushels out tomorrow. I've only got 3,000 bushels sold, but we'll get it. We'll get it gone. Green light. Yeah, I took my eyes off of it for a second. No, but this is in Newark, New Jersey. Newark. Yeah. Kind of crazy, but that's what it is. Back these trailers into these augers. These are just shipping containers, and then they put this cardboard behind it to keep it off the doors with strapping. Kind of cool. Oh yeah, and that just augers it, and as it gets augered out, filled up, they just pull it ahead a little bit. And I'm stopped because something happened. Whether they don't have enough room in the bin or what, I don't know, but we'll catch this guy putting this on here. And that's how it makes it. This is actually going to Manila, which I was pretty pleased to hear. Some of it was going to Malaysia, some was going to Indonesia, but this is actually going into the Philippines. Cool. And off they go. And those beans will just back up against that, and that cardboard will hold them from coming out the back. That's how that goes. But here we sit, broken-hearted. It's all good. It's all good. This is actually along I don't even know what road that is. 9, Route 1 and 9. Route 9 in Newark, New Jersey. Now this is going directly out. It'll be out on a boat today or tomorrow. It'll be gone.